If you follow this video step by step, your Vinca plant will grow really well and produce hundreds of blooms. We will talk about the 6 most important things for Vinca plant that works as a growth hack. So keep watching and do subscribe to our channel. The first and the most important thing in Vinca plant care is understanding its season. Vinca plant is a summer season permanent flowering plant. It likes a moderate temperature of around 30 degrees Celsius or high. In such type of environment, Vinca plant grow on its maximum speed. It will produce new leaves, buds and flowers. If you live in a temperate region, you can grow Vinca plant in starting springs up to late summer days. In a colder region, the growing season of Vinca plant is a little short, but still you can get hundreds of Vinca blooms in summers. Vinca plant likes rain and a little moist environment also, but the days of winters are the most challenging days. At this time you will see a stunted growth and yellow leaves. It's the effect of temperature. It can bear up to 10 degrees Celsius very easily, but below that you should consider moving your plants under a shade in order to keep them alive. Just have some patience, and as the sun shines again, you will see the new growth again. The second most important thing in Vinca plant care that works more than a growth hack is its soil mix. In general, Vinca plant is a hardy plant that can survive very easily in variety of soil mixes, but providing it the most ideal medium can really boost its growth. Vinca plant produces a lot of fruits that might grow in limits if you are using an ordinary soil mix, while using a loose and well-draining soil with a level of fertility can double the growth of Vinca roots. And more root growth means more leaves, buds and flowers. So this way you can get a benefit from this. Some of the simple soil recipes that you can make at home and use for Vinca rosea added in the description box video, must check that out. Otherwise you can also add some sand or coco peat in your existing soil mix to make it at least well draining. The motive is to just make the soil livable. Another growth hack for Vinca plant is its pinching and pruning. Vinca plant is a fast growing plant and keeping it pruned can help you get a lot of buds and flowers. At the younger stage, cutting the upper shoot can give way to new branches, and this way multiple branches can result in more flowers. It's very simple to prune Vinca plant. Just take a clean and sharp cutter. You can rub some hydrogen peroxide on it to make it germs free. It's also linked in the video description to buy. Simply cut off the upper growing shoot around an inch. You can prune it every 20 days or as the plant grow long. Just avoid the pruning in the winter days or when plant is under a stress condition. Otherwise, pruning is very useful and must be done time to time. Another big thing in Vinca plant care is to place it at an ideal location. It's a summer season flowering plant, so it's obvious that the sunlight is very important. Sunlight helps in better and more blooming as well as the pest stays away. So choose a sunny spot with plenty of direct sunlight. If you don't have that much of sun, make sure the plant is at least getting 2 to 3 hours of direct sunlight. Otherwise, the growth will be slow and dull. Serious problems will appear if your plant is not even placed in a bright spot, so at least make sure of that. Deficiency of light not only affects blooming, but also the leaves starts to get pale and yellowish. Vinca plant yellow leaves are very common and can be a serious problem, so a detailed article is linked in the video description to show you their treatment, must check that out. Another thing in Vinca plant care is to understand its fertilizer requirements. So Vinca plant is a light feeder that requires very minimal nutrition, but providing it a good soil mix with a good fertilizer can work as a growth combo. You can provide Vinca plant as a really simple fertilizer. Just mix a tablespoon of rock phosphate with 30 to 40 grams of cow dung compost and our fertilizer is ready to use. Apply once or twice a month for better growth. Rock phosphate is a very useful fertilizer for promoting root growth, and you must know some of its other uses. Video is linked in the description box, must check that out. As I told you, Vinca plant is a fast growing plant that produces so many fruits. So here you might face a big and common problem, that is the bounding of fruits. Vinca plant suddenly stops its growth. The flower size reduces drastically. Even when the soil is good, plant is placed at a good spot with regular fertilization. So this happens when the roots have grown so much and it needs to be repotted. You can grow Vinca plant in a 5 to 6 inches of pot, but when the roots are bounded, you have to provide it a bigger pot. Otherwise, the plant can dry out as well. Simply choose a big size pot, put the root bowl in it, add more soil around it, water well, and that's it. After that, the left out leaves can fall off too, but that's normal, just give it some time. Make sure it's not in full sun until it grows some new leaves. So it's all about Vinca plant care. These are the some most important things you must take care of, and everything else will be fine. Here is the video on rock phosphate benefits for plants, must check it out.